thrilled. And Herman's so happy because poor Marilyn is never going to get a fucking husband. So this is encouraging. And he's like, and even Lily says, thank God Marilyn's met a man now who'll overlook her homely looks.
Right. And now the families are going to meet.
Right. So Herman's upset that it's a masquerade party. He thinks it's childish. But meanwhile, he puts on a coat of armor. One of those suit of armor.
So it's going to be Frankenstein in a coat of armor?
Well, I remember this episode, but I'm going to watch it anyway. He ends up winning the prize at the masquerade party because they can't believe how inventive he was. He not only had a suit of armor, but then he's dressed as Frankenstein underneath. So
right.
And then he gets insulted. And so they're insulted by the family that they thought he was wearing a costume. And she breaks up with the guy.
Why do they think that, it just doesn't make any sense because Marilyn looks like everyone.
Right. But everyone's ugly.
Everyone's ugly but them.
Right. Well, it's stupid.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Everyone feels bad. Grandpa feels bad for her. Eddie feels bad. And Grandpa's upset because he's not invited to the masquerade party. And he says he's going to turn himself into a chopped liver so he can stay at the party.
He can be there.
Yeah. It's fucking brilliant. The Munsters, the greatest show ever on TV. What is a better show than The Munsters?
It was great.
It was great. What is a better show than The Munsters? Name it. Go ahead. No one can. Everyone's quiet. Now everyone shuts up.
Well, in its genre. I mean, if you go out of genre.
No.
You're comparing it to everything.
Everything.
Including The
Honeymooners,
Sopranos.
Andy and Mayberry.
Get out of here. The Fugitive.
Go ahead. I hated The Fugitive. I hated that.
I know. It's one of those kind of things you hate.
Yeah, I hate someone falsely accused. I just hate that. It's just so annoying. Superman was great, but it's not as great as The Munsters. There's nothing better than The Munsters.
Car 54.
Great show, but not better than The Munsters.
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, please. Gilligan's Island is cute, but it's not The Munsters. Beverly Hillbillies is great. I mean, they're all great.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love those Munsters. And now I own, on my iPad, the entire first season. Of course, I've only downloaded 6 episodes, but I believe I'll go to 10.
I think that you should knock out some of that other stuff.
Yeah.
And go with the Munsters.
My iPad can handle all of it because it's 62 gig. Ooh. So,
You're not going to overload it?
No. There's no such thing.
Any books on there?
No, I don't read books. I don't like reading. I'm bringing the Sammy Hagar book with me on vacation. Look what I'm bringing. I'm bringing enough stuff. I'm going for 4 days. There's not
Sounds like you're going for a month.
Well, you know what it is? I want to be prepared. Who knows what mood
Well, I mean, you're only on the plane for a few hours.
Yeah, well, I might have them circle.
Because when you get on the ground, you've got everything at your disposal.
Yeah, alert the other passengers. Mr. Stern needs time with his iPad. But you know what I do? I'm preparing. But I bring books, too. I'm bringing the Sammy Hagar book. And
you bring hard copy books?
Yeah. I don't like to read on an iPad. It tires my eyes. Does anybody else find that?
Yeah.
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 It's not for me.
I'm
old
school
good?
that way, too.
Yeah, I got to have a book. But
because I'm trying to not have all this stuff to carry.
Jimmy Kimmel tells me he loads 8 books on there, and he carries them around on the iPad.
Yeah.
It's great. But I can't read like that. I can read manuals and stuff on the iPad, like I'm learning iPhoto from my book on the iPad. But, that's a little bit at a time. But this is what I'm busy with. People want to know, now you know.
No magazines.
Oh, I've got magazines. I've got my new Macworld magazine I'm going to save for the plane.
But it's a real magazine. It's not on your iPad.
Well, I downloaded Zenio, which is the way you go for magazines. But the only good magazines they got on there are Rolling Stone, which I already subscribe to, and they have Men's Health, which I already have. They send it here.
Oh.
But all the other magazines blow. They don't have Entertainment Weekly. They don't have anything else.
Zenio was not a good app.
Well, it is good, but
you already get the 2 that you would want on there.
My favorite app of all time is called Flipbook. You have that yet?
No, what is Flipbook?
That's the greatest. When you get this, you will be masturbating with your iPad. This is the one Flipboard.
Flipboard.
Yeah, that's it. This here, like your Facebook, your Twitter, it all goes through Flipboard, or let's say you enjoy, whatever you enjoy, these feeds you get, it turns everything into a magazine. So even your Twitter looks like a magazine.
Really?
People put pictures, it looks like a full magazine. It's unfucking believable. Flipboard. Check that out. Write that down.
I don't,
You need
okay,
that.
let me write. Give me some paper.
All right. I'll tell you later. But I'm all about it.
Look at you, Flipboard.
Yeah. Flipboard. Ralph turned me on to that one. It's really good.
All right, I'm
Flipboard.
gonna. You've inspired me to go home and try to download this stuff into my Apple stuff,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that I don't have to take.
And then I bought a case. I went online and shopped successfully. Because I finally figured out my credit cards and what the addresses are and what I took charge.
Straightened out.
And for $70, I bought a case.
For the iPad?
Yeah, and I put the Howard 100 logo on the case, and now I'm very happy
Oh,
with
it's
that.
personalized.
I wish I could show it to you, but I don't have it with me. I don't carry my iPad with me because I carry my book. I would like to carry my iPad.
You carry your book,
Yeah.
so you don't
I
have the
calendar.
pad or a computer?
And my iPhone.
Just
with
your
me
phone.
right now, yeah. But look how wrapped up I am in this.
Traveling light.
That's right. That's right. But this is what I do. You busy with this, Fred?
Not as you're really just jumping into it full force.
I want to be the best at it.
No, you're good. You're going to
Who
be
cares
great at
once
it.
you're
You're
the
going to be
best?
Yoda.
Who are you going to compete with?
I need someone to
But
teach
I can
me.
understand your obsession with it because they
Yeah.
really do. It just sucks you in.
Well, I have a lot of catching up to do because I just got into this whole Apple thing.
I mean,
Well,
the photography thing alone is
And the
is
photography, and then learning Photoshop. Believe me,
Well,
I
you
had
got
to-
all that going on, too.
Yeah.
But I was talking to somebody on the elevator yesterday when I was leaving here, and everybody had an iPhone in the
Yes.
elevator.
You have to have that.
And I said, oh, so you're all busy on those iPhones. And they were like, they're addictive.
They are.
Right.
It's a crack.
Because it's more than just a phone.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
It's not a phone.
I forgot who called them a toy, but they're
But calling
really,
it
they're
an
not a
iPhone
toy.
is not, because you barely are on the phone. You got to hear this. I'm sitting at my desk yesterday. All of a sudden, everything starts ringing. And I told you, I can't, because I've got the iPad.
I can't figure out what's ringing. You can get calls on your computer, your iPad, and your laptop.
And I know that ring, it's not the phone ringing. It's someone wants to FaceTime me, which is me. We're going to video chat.
Right.
So it was Tim Sabian. Turns out he was on my phone. I called him back on my iPad, and I was very busy.
You called him on your iPad.
That's right.
He was on his phone.
Yeah, and then he called me on my phone. I don't even know. And then you know what we talked about?
Like you're time traveling.
How do you know? How can you figure out how to call someone on their iPad versus their iPhone? Like, we couldn't figure out why we were reaching each other on what device.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's an issue, yeah.
But people are starting to call me video phone wise, and then I have to, I have to prepare myself. I have to fix my hair.
That's right. Now, instead of answering the phone, you go primp.
It's unbelievable. But I love it. I feel like I'm in Star Trek. I mean, it's crazy. I'm downloading, I'm uploading, I'm busy. But I need someone to figure out a system for me, how to catalog my pictures in iPhoto. Not how to work it. I know how to work it already.
Why?
Mastered
There's
that.
no function on the...
There is, but there's too many. I mean, I keep things in folders by year.
Sure.
But you don't need to do that with iPhoto. There's other systems. I need a systems person.
But why can't you figure that out? I mean,
I'm an idiot.
You could just say, I
I
want
can't-
to file it
No.
by
I don't trust myself.
event
No.
and date.
I don't trust myself.
Oh, yeah.
I don't trust myself.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You could probably do it, but you don't trust
Yeah,
yourself.
well, Ralph said to me, do it how your mind works. I go, I'm trying to make my mind work, but nothing's happening. But nobody has ever written a book about how to really come up with a good system.
Well, maybe there is no... Hello?
Yeah. That's Curly. He's trying to think, but nothing
Trying to think, but nothing happens.
Right.
But maybe the system is like Ralph says. It should be yours.
Yeah, well, I can't do it.
Why should you have a system? You should have your system.
I'm so hopped up.
Because your brain doesn't work like others.
This is what I'm busy with these computers. And then I realized, what did I do before all this? I was fine.
Look, I was, one of my favorite things in movies now is to watch old movies and see people trying to communicate. Because it's the most difficult thing. You leave your house, you're away from the wire. Now you're not in touch with anybody. You need to call somebody, you got to go find a phone booth.
Yeah.
All that stuff is gone.
Yeah, are there any phone booths left?
There are a few. Every once in a while you see them. They're like a throwback. They're like antiques.
Yeah. Hey, I want to yell at the audience for a second because, and also like Gary, was thinking about this yesterday. I was thinking about Eric the Midget. You know, Eric the Midget doesn't call in anymore, and a lot of people are happy about that. But I realized, like, you know, everyone really just was blasted. Like, Eric the Midget couldn't handle all of the listeners being negative toward him.
It raised his blood pressure. I think it was a health issue that he stopped calling.
And I don't blame him, because and then like Gary would get on and go, you know what, Eric, you're ungrateful. You won't do, and I was like, you know, he's Eric the Midget. He's a caller. He wants to do some stuff. He doesn't want to do other things. And Gary kind of doesn't get that that's the beauty of Eric the Midget, that he doesn't want to do things.
That he's difficult.
That he's difficult. And it's so beautiful that he's difficult, because you think being a little midget with all kinds of health problems.
He'd be compliant to everything.
Right.
He'd just be a yes kid.
Like, it's Gary who doesn't get the joke. And like, I realized, like, everyone, and then the news department was slamming him.
And everybody ran him away.
Yeah, they ran him away. They scared him off.
Yeah. So how come we talk
I
that way
was
to Jeff?
handling-
Why do we talk that way to Jeff the Drunk?
No. Jeff the Drunk is ungrateful, and he's just he's a guy who doesn't really have a handicap. Okay, I know he fucked his arm up, but he's fully capable of working. Eric the Midget is a complete mess.
Yeah, listen, it's just an opinion, and
No, but you guys you don't let me handle things, and then the news department gets a hold of him.
well, I didn't tell
The
him to do that.
listeners get on and they start blasting him.
Yeah, people are finding him in chat rooms and annoying
yelling him, and and he freaks out. You take a good thing, let me handle it.
All right. Listen. I didn't say that he doesn't work or anything. Just because he's a mess doesn't mean he can't say thank you once in a while.
Of course he doesn't want to
I know,
fly
but
with balloons. We don't even really want him to fly with balloons, because he would die.
We can't fly him with balloons.
Yeah.
We don't know how.
That's
Well,
right.
you say that now, but we were looking into it.
No, but I never would have. Looking
No,
into
he's
it was
too
fun.
sick.
But he's not going to fly with balloons. You guys are all yelling at him. You're ungrateful. You're not going to fly with balloons. He's like, no, I don't want it. Anyway,
See, I never gave him a hard time about what he would and wouldn't do.
I used to hear you on the wrap-up show every minute
Hold on a
about
second.
Eric the Midget.
I wouldn't give him a hard time what he would and wouldn't do. All I ever said was, we've done a lot for him. All you could say is thank you once in a while. And he just isn't capable of that.
Why do you even need to get
But we
involved?
do that with every character on the show.
No.
All of a sudden, Eric's special?
It's just when I handle things, they work.
But, so you can handle him.
Well, everybody jumps in around here. Everyone's a superstar.
You ask everybody to jump in.
No,
so
I
you don't
didn't
want
ask
him to jump in.
You would get on the speaker. Eric, you're ungrateful.
And you could say, Gary, I don't care what you think.
Wow.
Howard, why is this different? This is so weird. It's just such
You chased them away, and the news.
Oh, my God, I so
and
did-
the listeners. You
Well, the
all
listeners might have,
chased
but
them
they
away.
have their own opinion.
You chased them away.
Yeah, but in other words, the
Too many
listeners have their opinion too. It's not my
All
opinion.
I'm saying is you ruined the midget.
You want him back?
No, I don't care. I'm just telling you. I think about these things at home when I'm not downloading. What the fuck are you laughing at?
When you're not downloading, it was funny.
All right, get out of here. You ruined everything.
I think it's ridiculous that you would blame me for this.
I
By the way,
didn't blame
get outta
only
here.
you. Other people as well.
Hulk Hogan's got a new show coming on where he's going to teach little people how to wrestle. True thing. Like a
Midgets.
reality show.
no
Reality
kidding.
show.
What is that all about?
I don't know.
Somebody actually bought that.
Yeah, but I guess maybe Eric would be interested in that.
I'd watch that.
Oh, God.
He's going to mentor
Hulk
them.
Hogan teaching
little
midgets.
people.
Mentoring little people to wrestle.
I would watch that. I would watch. In fact, I'll download that.
Put it on your iPad.
How do I get the whole first season? I like hating first seasons. You think I'll like Fringe?
Yeah. You know, I was going to try to get into it, and then they canceled it.
$59.99 for the entire first season. I thought that was excessive.
$59.99. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very expensive, these seasons. But why wouldn't
Monsters?
somebody recommend Dexter to you or Breaking Bad? Oh my God, Breaking Bad, one of the best series
Really?
ever, and you can get the first 3 seasons.
$59.99 for the entire first season of the Munsters.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
For the Munsters.
They're strong arming people on these seasons.
You would love Howard. I know everyone says it. You say you wouldn't. You really would love Dexter. I think
Yeah.
It'd be one of those
That's
weird
where
things.
he's the serial killer who only kills serial killers.
Yeah, he's a good serial killer.
I don't care.
Oh my God, you have no idea how great this show is.
Well, maybe I'll download that after I get done with all my other downloads.
Why don't you just download the first show?
No, I don't.
I just rewatched the first show. Great.
I don't roll that way, Gary.
But why would you download the whole thing if you?
That's true. You know, that would have made more sense if I downloaded one episode.
And Mad Men, great series.
I was about to download that. Ralph told me it's not that good.
Oh my God!
Ralph's not the
out
only
of his
guy in the
mind.
world.
If they don't dress up in costumes that look like robots, Ralph doesn't like
You
it.
want to know something? I just want to watch sci-fi anyway.
But Mad Men is great.
And Ralph
Breaking
Wilson-
Bad is incredible.
Yeah, good. All right, well, I'll go to you for a recommendation next time. Hey, Jeff the Drunk, you're on the air.